Thank you all again for joining me in my learning journey. As a reminder, T2L Academy is an initiative I started with the mission of teaching to learn. So I learn and then I share with you and teach so that I can learn better and hopefully can help you in the process. So today we are going to be going over the problem 5 on the 2019 AMC question paper. So the main topic we're going to be covering by going over this question from the AMC test is analyzing graphs. We're going to be analyzing graphs. So they're going to give us some information about the graph, and then we have to find which graph matches the statements. Let's get started. Alright, so before I go in and solve this problem, I do encourage you to try the problem on your own, and then come back and hit play whenever you're ready to go through it together. Let's read through our problem. A tortoise challenges a hare to a race. The hare eagerly agrees and quickly runs ahead, while leaving the slow-moving tortoise behind. Confident that he will win, the hare stops to take a nap. Meanwhile, the tortoise walks at a slow, steady pace for the entire race. The hare awakes and runs to the finish line, only to find that the tortoise is already there. Which of the following graphs makes the description of the race showing the distance d traveled by the two animals over time, t, from start to finish? So as you probably recognize, this is from the fable, The Tortoise and the Hare. Let's find which graph represents that data. The way that I like to solve these problems is break down the information that is given. The information. So what is that information? For one thing, we know that the hare stops at one point. Hare stops at one point. Next, we know that the hare quickly runs ahead at first. The hare is faster at first. And we also know that the tortoise walks at a steady pace. The tortoise walks at a steady pace. So let's go through these graphs and see which one matches all of this criteria. So let's take our first information point we have here. So the hare stops at one point. So if the hare stops at one point, that means that the line flattens out. There is one line segment in our graph where the hare is flat. Let's eliminate the options that don't fit this. So with A, if you look at it closely, it does look like this line is going down a little bit. Not only that, but this graph also says that the hare reached before the tortoise, which is not right either. So A is eliminated. B does fit the criteria of stopping at one point. So we keep that one as an option. For C, it does not show the hare stopping. So that is also out. In D, the hare does stop at one point, so that keeps D in. In E, the hair does not stop either. Let's move on to our next point. The hair is faster at first. Now what I saw about this point is that it really doesn't give us any extra information because both our remaining answer choices do fit that criteria. Next, the tortoise moves at a steady pace. So that means that the tortoise line should be steady. And if you look at this here, if we're saying, since the hair stops, we're saying this is the hare and this is the tortoise. Now the tortoise's pace is not steady in this. Not only that, this one also, just like A, shows that the hare reached before the tortoise. So D is out as well. Next, what I like to do is, even though we have it narrowed down to B, I like to go back and verify. Does this match all of our data points? Well, let's see. The hare does stop at one point. Let's label our line. The hare does stop at one point. The hare is faster at first. And the tortoise moves at a steady pace. So in this AMC 8 test, we would circle B. So that's it for this learning. Thank you for joining me. I will deeply appreciate it if you leave your comments, feedback, and further suggestions for additional learnings below. And as always, please subscribe and click for notifications so that you can join me on my learning journey and we can all be lifelong learners.